Caroline Crouch, and today I will be presenting on my LPN mentorship practicum project. To start off, I would like to tell you about the site where I completed my practicum project. It is the Cleveland Clinic main campus in Cleveland, Ohio. This campus has been recognized as the #2 hospital in the world for the 5th year straight, and it has also been recognized as the #1 hospital for cardiology, heart, and vascular surgery for the 29th year in a row. Cleveland Clinic's Children's was nationally ranked in 10 of 10 pediatric specialties, and 11 of Cleveland Clinic's hospitals have received magnet status, which is pretty awesome because fewer than 10% of U.S. hospitals earn magnet status. So it was an honor to be able to complete my practicum project here. For this project, I did not perform a formal needs assessment. This is because as a current travel nurse at this organization, I have been able to observe areas for improvement while at work. I have had the opportunity to work with 5 of the 16 employed LPNs on the medicine floors. When I started working back in July of 2023, LPNs were just being introduced on the floor. With the introduction of this new role, I observed that there was a ton of breakdown in knowledge for the LPNs and RNs regarding scope of practice, roles and responsibilities, and workflow for LPNs. This caused confusion on the floors and resulted in the LPNs not being utilized to their fullest potential. When I discussed with my preceptor any needs on her floor that I could tackle for my project, she brought up how they have been struggling with LPN integration on the medicine floors. This made choosing a topic for my project very easy and straightforward. Based on my needs assessment, I decided for this project that I would create an LPN mentorship program. Mentoring provided by an experienced and competent role model is an effective way to provide growth and development for new healthcare workers. This is because mentors offer organizational knowledge and a greater understanding of an organization's culture. I loosely designed this program based off a similar program that I was involved in as a new grad nurse. To decide meeting times, attendance platforms, topics to review, and how often the LPNs would like to meet, a survey was sent out and completed by the LPNs. Collectively, the LPNs agreed they would like to meet once a month from 12 to 1 in the evening, either online or in person. In these meetings, they would like to review, most importantly, roles and responsibilities along with areas for improvement, education opportunities, and overall concerns they have. To create a program that is most beneficial to the LPNs, we made sure to use their buy-in as much as possible. The immediate goals of the implementation of the LPN mentorship program is to create a sense of community for the LPNs. Since the LPN position is new, most of the medicine floors only employ about 1 or 2 LPNs, and the rest have no interaction with each other. This can feel very isolating and lonely when going to work. Lonelier workers report having lower job satisfaction, frequent job switching, and a higher likelihood of quitting their current job in the next 6 months. When there is a strong sense of community in the workplace, there are many benefits like increased employee well-being, employee engagement, reduced burnout, and increased employee retention. Another immediate goal of this project is to decrease role confusion for the LPNs. Since this position is new, there are still some bumps when it comes to the onboarding process and providing thorough education. Currently, the LPNs attend an RN orientation. In this orientation, they receive education that isn't quite required for their role, and this causes confusion about scope of practice. In these meetings, the LPNs express that the most important topic that they would like to review is about their scope of practice. The long-term goal with this project is to increase retention of LPNs who will eventually transition to RNs. When staff members are given the opportunity to learn and grow, they are more likely to stay with the hospital long-term, reducing turnover and associated cost. Additionally, hospitals that invest in staff training and development are more attractive to potential employees, as they offer opportunities for growth and career advancement. Of the 16 LPNs employed on the medicine floors, 14 attended the first meeting, and I was really happy with this outcome. This meeting lasted for about an hour and consisted of getting to know each other, reviewing scope of practice, and information about the next meeting. At the end of this meeting, we also inform the LPNs that a short survey will be sent out that they must complete. This survey has questions that help determine areas for improvement with the meetings and general feedback. Overall, from the surveys we have received thus far, there have been a high satisfaction rate. LPN responses overall say that they feel clearer on their roles and responsibilities and that they believe these meetings will be beneficial to them long term. From its conception, the stakeholders have had a sense of excitement revolving around these meetings. I work with 4 of the LPNs, and I was consistently getting asked when the meetings were going to start. Overall, the first meeting was a positive experience for the stakeholders. They were highly engaged in conversation and the content being presented to them. There was a lot of questions that were being asked, so there was not a lot of breaks in conversation. We expressed that we really needed them to complete the after-meeting survey so that we can take their buy-in and apply it to the next meeting. We wanted them to understand that these meetings are for their benefit at the end of the day, and we want them to feel involved and like they are getting something out of these meetings, not just something that they have to attend. Overall, LPNs left this first meeting with a better understanding of their position and feeling more confident in their role moving forward. I do believe that my project will have sustainable outcomes. Some attributes that create sustainable outcomes that my project focuses on include employee experience, quality, safety, and efficiency. My project focuses mainly on the employee experience. When I was a new grad nurse, I attended a group like the one I am creating for LPNs. Attending these meetings gave me a sense of community because I was around others going through the same experience as I was. My project also focuses on quality, safety, and efficiency because it gives the LPNs a place to feel comfortable asking questions about topics they don't know. It also gives them chances to review educational topics that they are not confident in, and so much more. Staying consistent with these meetings is also imperative to project sustainability. By having the meetings on the first of each month and at the same time every time, it allows for people to anticipate future meeting dates and miss fewer future meetings. Another important factor to project sustainability is to set up your predecessor for success. In my case, I made sure my preceptor had access to the online survey account I made for this project, along with all the other online resources I made and anything else that is crucial for the project's ultimate success. During project implementation, I set a lot of goals for myself. The first one was to gain as much hands-on experience with project implementation as I could. Leaders, especially in healthcare, are constantly surrounded by change implementation. So for me, gaining hands-on experience will only help me further along down the line in my career. The more hands-on experience I have, the more I can improve my project management skills. I also wanted to place an emphasis on fine-tuning my communication skills as a leader. Communication is the one skill that you will use every day as a leader, and knowing how to communicate during project implementation is crucial for success. The last goal I set for myself during project implementation was to pinpoint my leadership style. I ended up taking qualities from both transformational and democratic leadership styles and morphed it into my own to complete this project successfully. The AONL competencies I hope to develop during project implementation was knowledge of the healthcare environment, communication and relationship management, and professionalism. I had the opportunity to learn a lot about the healthcare environment as it relates to leadership during this project. By staying up to date on the knowledge of the healthcare environment, it helps to identify areas for improvement easier and to stay in touch with your stakeholders' work environment. Working on developing my professionalism is also important to me because it helps to establish positive first impressions as a leader, build successful relationships, and develop a lasting reputation. I did this by maintaining a positive attitude, being honest with my stakeholders, and communicating as effectively as possible. By developing my professionalism, it subsequently improves my communication and relationship management as a leader. Good communication skills and relationship management are a cornerstone to all successful leaders, and I achieved this through communicating clearly, professionally, and respectfully with everybody. During this practicum course, I had the opportunity to learn many lessons. I have never had exposure to what the day-to-day of a nurse manager looked like, so I am beyond grateful I had a more than positive experience. I have also never had the opportunity to fully implement a project in a clinical setting, so it was a very eye-opening experience. One of the biggest lessons I learned is how many moving parts there are to project implementation, even for the smaller projects. I now have a better understanding of how common roadblocks are to any project implementation. Implementing this practicum project has given me some experience and knowledge to better navigate these problems for future projects. I also learned how important employee buy-in is to creating and maintaining projects. Building buy-in from all stakeholders is crucial for a company's success. This can be achieved through involving key players in strategy development, keeping stakeholders updated on progress, being transparent with information, and addressing concerns and feedback in a respectful manner. By building a strong sense of investment and loyalty from stakeholders, company can achieve their goals and thrive. Thank you to everybody who made it to the end of this presentation. I really appreciate you tuning in and listening to me talk about my LPN mentorship program. I hope you were able to learn something from it, and maybe you'll implement your own mentorship program in the future. Have a good rest of your night.